Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie. Welcome back to Boldly Owamie. And yeah, man, if it's your first time joining in, you are definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe. If you've been watching but you forgot to subscribe, just make sure that you check. If it's still red, it's wrong. Go ahead and press it, and obviously subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. We are growing quite fast, honestly. Soon we'll be at 12,000 subscribers, and I'm just so grateful the fact that obviously you guys are watching. I know that for a while I went MIA on this channel, but I'm kind of like, I feel like now I'm just using it as sort of like a venting place, because I do have plans for this channel that are gonna be coming out soon, and I'm sure you guys are gonna be very happy about that. But for now, I feel like this is a place where whenever I just feel like I'm full, I sit down and I just record, and I'm literally enjoying this so much. I hope that this phone can reflect. Can reflect and you guys can see. But do you see I'm actually using like my small camera right here? The lighting is still up because I was actually filming for my main channel. I just uploaded the Cape Town video. Ushushu guys, rofu, difficulty, dangerous, like I shame. Your slave queens are going through the most, I won't lie. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what happened when we went to court. I've been going to court and I don't give any update because I am waiting for us to finish everything, and then I'm gonna sit down and just tell you guys everything that happened from the beginning. But when I actually spoke about this on Instagram, that I was gonna be going to court on Monday, I got so many messages, just wishing me well, me and my sister, like wishing us well, that I just felt, let me go ahead and just give you guys an update of what happened this time. And there's something that also happened there that literally touched my heart. I was literally like almost crying, and I felt like if I cried, I'm a very emotional human being, guys. I know, like, I'm a tough hand, but I'm a very emotional person. I don't like seeing other people hurt, even when it's things that I'm not the one that is inflicting the pain. I don't like seeing people hurt, honestly. That's me. I have a very soft heart, as much as tough, but very soft at the same time. So when we went to court, for some of you that do not know, I'm actually like my mother's firstborn child. My mother had 3 daughters. I'm the firstborn. The secondborn is Ray's biological mom, and the thirdborn is my youngest sister, who I'm mostly with because she's this side. And the reason why I say the reason why I say Ray's biological mom is because me and my youngest sister, like the 3 of us, Ryan, even now if you ask him how many mothers do you have, he will say I have 3 moms. He knows that we're all his mom, and that's how we want to raise him. Whenever any one of us have a child, that's how we're gonna train that child to know and understand that you don't have one mother, you've got 3 mothers, because we plan to be there for each other and each other's kids until the end of times, right? So that's the one aspect. The other aspect again is that there's a whole part of my life that I really don't even talk about, and it's by choice, and it's the fact that my father actually had 2 wives. When my mother passed, he had his wife, who he had even before my mom. So my mom was his second wife, and then I do have a stepmom that is my father's first wife. And so from her side, I do have 4 half siblings. And when I say half, obviously that's English, where it's like, oh, those are your half siblings. But growing up, it was not like that. I take them as my sisters and my brothers, and it's the 4 of them, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, 1 younger brother and 1 younger sister, and 1 older brother and 1 older sister. So I'm like child number 3 from my dad, but child number 1 from my mom. And so just for us to basically just have that. I know that some of you guys will ask, like, why don't you like ever talk about like your half siblings, or my other siblings? To be honest with you, I just feel like we've all gone through a lot. Being my father's children, we trust and believe we've all gone through a lot and the most. But out of respect, I choose not to talk about them and whatever experiences that they may have with my father, because I want to respect them. I value the relationship that I have with them. I respect them. I love them. They're my siblings. And so I will never ever want to tell their story for them, you understand? Now, when it comes to my sisters, my mother's children, I do not have a choice, because at the end of the day, I am a YouTuber. Anything that happens, you know, away from the cameras, it still affects me. The same way that I had to be in court, I could have been home filming, making money, but I can't. I do need to tell you guys, like, hey, this is what I'm going through. And so that's only the reason why I talk about my mother's kids. But other than that, I don't really talk about the business like that. I'm someone that prefers to respect people's businesses, and I will talk about something that is directly affecting me, like when I have to take my shmoney, hard-earned shmoney, and take, you know, my father's children to school who is rich. We ain't doing that nonsense, honey, and just keeping it like that. We ain't doing that nonsense. So basically that's what's actually happening, and there's a reason why I'm gonna obviously tell you guys like what happened. So we get to court. At this point, we've gone to vendor. The detectives have gone. The things that my father lied about to say that they were not there, they did find out that they are actually there. So obviously that is the first thing. Last time when he was supposed to come, he chose not to come, claimed that he was sick. Do I believe he was? Absolutely not. The judge then said if he doesn't come back, if this time again he doesn't come, he's gonna issue a warrant of arrest. So obviously you all know that old man was there in court. So you know, when we got there, I was not allowed obviously to go in. My baby sister had to go in, and that's the biggest disadvantage in terms of, I do believe that if you are a mother that has got a man that is not supporting your kids, you should be the one to actually take him to court whilst they're still underage, because now the last thing that you want is your child that is like 18 years having to go to battle a 60 or 70-year-old. That's so unfair to your child. And again, you need to remember that as Africans, we do have that element of respect. So there are certain things that, you know, you will be embarrassed to just say, yo, you're lying, you know. But yeah, so that's basically like why I say that you do need to take your baby daddies to maintenance, so that your children don't have to suffer and do all this. I do believe that my mother should have actually done what I'm doing now a long time ago, before she even passed, because my father has always been like this. He is someone that did not want to like take his kids to school, put out money for his children. That man has just always been like that. So now when we get there this time, they find that yes, you know, as I said, my father does have a complex, you guys. The complex that he has is under my stepmother's name. So there's like ShopRite, there's Pep, there's many other different shops. There's a lot of stuff that obviously are put under my stepmother's name. Now when we are going to court, and obviously we are basically saying that, can you please take your child to school, it now also has to affect my stepmother, because my father has put in things, I mean, he has put things under her name, you understand? So now, whether I like it or not, my stepmother has to now be involved in this whole nonsense that's going on with my father. And I have nothing against my stepmother. I do have to say, I do believe that she's really honestly, like, you know, someone that is sweet, caring, loving, and so I'm gonna just leave it at that. It does hurt me and break my heart that she now has to be involved in this whole nonsense, but the person that I'm honestly after is my father, for him to take responsibility of his own actions. You know, bringing children into this world is your choice, and that those choices needs you to be responsible to them. You can't just bring a child on earth and think well, the child is a snake. You know, it's very angering. So basically what that old man did this time is that he got in there and he lied to the magistrate, claiming that he actually did not marry her. That's not his wife. Customarily, that's his wife. My stepmother uses my father's surname, so I don't know if my stepmother is my father's sister. That's the only confusion I'm having right now. So the court decided that, okay, since he's insisting, you know, that this is not his wife, what we're going to actually do now is we're gonna go to Home Affairs and we're going to check you know, the status. And then after that, the court has been postponed. We're gonna be appearing in court in July. So yeah, that's just another time that obviously is pushed. At this point, I do know that, you know, he was ordered to pay certain amount of money you know, for my baby sister, and then he's also going to pay for my sister's full tuition fee, like school fees. And the good news for that is that you know, anything that I put in. I had already told them to say, guys, I'm not paying, I'm just putting the money aside so that she can write her exams and also be allowed in class, because you do know how these colleges are. If you're not paying, they're gonna like dismiss you, right? They're gonna be like, no, you're not allowed to be in class. So the way that I was paying was, I would go months without paying, hoping that the court you know, would finish and then would be able to get like, you know, a solution. And then when it doesn't, there would come a time when now they're like, oh, if she did not pay, then she's not gonna write. So now I have to pay like 5 grand, 6 grand, 4,000. Like, it's a lot of money that I've already paid, you know. But I did ask them to say, put it aside, I'm not paying. I'm basically just, you know, putting this money aside so that it is sort of like, you know, a leverage that you guys would know that, okay, if the court doesn't say he pays, then the money is already there. Because I didn't want my baby sister to obviously be going to school, but thank goodness that up to so far everything is actually going according to plan. The moment that they actually do go there and they find that he's his wife, because it is his wife, she is his wife, I'm honestly gonna be like, I hope that it's gonna be the last time that we actually go there, and then everything is gonna be done, and obviously the court will order him to pay the money that I had to spend on his daughter, and he can finally just be a parent that actually, you know, pays bills like how other parents take care of their own damn children. You understand? Seeing your own father lie like that, even in front of the judge, it makes you lose respect for him. I do not have a lot of respect for that man at this point, and that's just the honest truth. And it has nothing to do with I'm just a disrespectful child or I'm just a this and that. The measures at which he's trying to go just to not take his own children to school is just disgusting. He drives all the way from Venda to go to court, and then when he comes to court he lies, and so they postpone, and then he has to again drive back. I don't know how many times he has driven this side, honestly, but it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, and that's a lot of money as well. He has money for all this up and down, but he does not have money to take his own you know, children to school. Because for me, the only thing that I'm fighting for is take your children to school. I'm not even fighting for me. I'm not even asking a cent of his money. I just want him to take his kids to school. If it means that he's gonna hate me for the rest of his life, then that's fine. I don't really honestly care at this point. As long as my baby sisters are secured, they have gone to school, they have gotten the education that they deserve to have, then me and the old man, ciao. I don't give a damn. That's me. On Monday, you know, the last time we went, my baby sister was very emotional, and so obviously when my baby sister cries, it just hurts me so much. I don't even want those kids to ever go through anything that is traumatic in life. If I honestly could, guys, I was literally gonna be that sister that just takes all the problems that my baby sister may face and just carry them on my shoulders and have them, like, you know, live problem-free lives. But unfortunately it's not there. And the only thing that I can honestly do is support her financially, be there for her emotionally, and just be someone that she can trust, and go with her for every court appearance, anything that is needed, you know, we're able to do together. And I feel like that's the best that I can do, because at the end of the day, there's not really much that I can do right now, you know. So basically that is what happened. The court case has been postponed. The part that I was saying that really literally hurt me was that in court, Mondays is the only day that they actually do paternity tests. And when I was sitting there, you guys, I saw so many men that were there with children that they wanted to do paternity tests for. So, you know, there's like you know, some children are like 14, some are 12, some are like race age, you know, they're like 9, 8, you know, somewhere they're 10, like, just, you know. And then I was just looking at all these men, and I'm like, Lesile, you know, they know that these kids are theirs. Most of them are just trying to stall the time, because obviously for them to even get to that point, the women actually want child support, right? But I think that the part that really broke my heart was when all these children were actually coming out. So I don't know if the you know, the way that they were doing was they would like maybe do the swab, or they were actually doing like, you know, the blood, where they draw blood. I do not know. I know that there were also very young kids there that I never heard them screaming, so maybe they're doing the swabs, I don't know, but they would take a bit of time in there, you know. So I was honestly just like so heartbroken when these children are walking out. It's like, you know, these that are like maybe 9, 10, 11, they enter, and they enter with only just their fathers. Their mothers are out. When they walk out, they can't even look at those men. They can't even look at their fathers. Like, the hurt in those children's faces, they look down. Yo guys, yo, amadodane so no guys, yo my god, yo my god. Like, just thinking about it, it makes me just really want to tear up. Do men even know and understand like what they do to these children? Like, guys, the look on those children's faces, they will never forget that. They will never forget that. And I think that now there are certain people that just do not understand because they don't know this stuff, you know. Tomorrow when that child is successful and they want nothing to do with their father, and people are gonna be saying, no, just forgive him, you know, utata, at the end of the day, that's your parent, he loves you, this and this. You guys don't know what parents put us through, Shay. You have got no idea. Like, for me, it's just that thing of, I think what this man actually think what they are punishing the mothers, you know. They are punishing the mothers by saying I want a DNA test, because obviously the moment a man says I want a DNA test, he's basically saying you're a slut, you know. You slept around, you don't even know the father of your child is, and now you want it to be like it's my child, you know. That's the basic, that's the base of the message. And so I think that this man think, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm punishing her or whatever, but they don't sit down and actually like think of what is this going to do to my child after this, because the parenting test most times it will come positive, positive that it's a match, because most women know who is the father of their kids, you understand. Do these men ever like think the aftermath of everything that they did? Like, how is this going to affect the dynamics of my child and my relationship? The moment I find out that, okay, that is my child, do you expect this child to just forget that, oh, just for you to even support me, we had to go to like such extents, like length and everything. I'm a Dodan and so on, guys. And that man is not gonna change. He's not going to change. My father was horrible, a horrible father when my mother was still alive. He was a horrible father when my mother was still in the mortuary. I remember, Shem, he even left me and my baby sister's Kotoendo and told us, you will see what you do with your mother's corpse. My mother's body was still in the mortuary. I remember, Shem, the way I cried that day, guys. A stranger, that woman, I'll never forget her. She's the one that even went and bought me water. When my father left us there in Toendo, he didn't even be like, oh, their mother just died. We've not even buried their mother. Let me at least pretend to be a good father here, No, he didn't. Even when our mother was still there, he was still doing his things. Even when we laid our mother to rest, he was still doing his things. Now I can tell you guys, there's so much that I'm still going to tell you guys anyway. But if I can tell you, Uri, now for my mother's funeral, if I'm not mistaken, 2 cows were killed because the community Kaloku had to know, Uri, a rich man's wife died. The community had to come and eat. But me, when I had to go back to school with his daughter, with my younger sister, and it was not the time that she was pregnant, remember. Nobody knew that she was pregnant at that time. You understand? The time that we had to go back with her, he didn't even give us 1 rand to eat. We had to go back and ate cabbage. But the community was like, yo, the funeral was so, my mother's funeral was so expensive. Even when it came to choosing the casket, I'm still going to tell you guys those story times. But all I'm just simply saying is that they do not change this man. They do not. The moment you understand in daughter does not change, he is who he is. A lot of you guys will live an easier life. You won't wait for things to get too like completely horrible or too bad. You will know and understand what to, oh, okay, this man is actually like this. This man is actually like this, you know. But anyway, that's basically what happened. If you're a man that is watching this video, stop sleeping around. Use a condom if you know that you're not ready to support anyone. But having a child with a woman, and now that child is here on earth and they have to struggle and suffer because now you still want to be a boy, but you are a man and a father, that's not going to work. You know, that's not going to work. And for those that are going to come to me and talk about, hey, you know, the Bible says, you know, respect your mother and your father, hey, this and this. But the Bible also says that he that cannot provide for his family is worse than a sinner. People that part actually do not want to talk about it. When the Bible talks about the parents should also not provoke their own children, the people don't want to talk about that. The only one that they want to talk about is your parents are your God, you know, and that's not that is not how things are going to go. What I'm fighting for here is just, I'm fighting for him to support his kids, and that is it. I'm not even fighting for me. Guys, I hustle now, I'm fine. But he needs to support his kids, who one that I'm fighting for right now, he kicked out of his house when she was even still underage the moment our mother died. That's the man I'm fighting today. So Owamie, this and this, I'm not holding any grudges against that old man. I'm not holding any grudges. I don't have any grudges against him. There's nothing for me to forgive him because I've forgiven him a long time ago. All I want is for him to just support his kids, take his kids to school, buy them clothes, and let them live a comfortable life. You understand? And that's it. So anyway, before I say too much, that is the update. But yeah, Shem, your men, I'm a Dodane Sono, guys. Your men, what those men were actually subjecting their children to. When you keep people up and sleeping with a woman, you don't know when a child comes out there if you ejaculate inside. If I had a shambok, I would have just shamboked them, Shem. I won't lie. Bang, arrest the ones because they are just so useless. So useless human beings. Guys, honestly, the look on those children's face, especially the ones that I saw, I think I saw the ones that came out, maybe about 4 young boys, you know, about 4 young boys, and the way they were walking out, guys, their faces, it's almost like they just went through such a traumatic experience, and my heart literally just broke for them, because I'm like, these men know these are their kids. They are just useless. And a nanny, guys, as women, please be very selective of who you have children with. If you're with a guy that has never given you a cent, why are you falling pregnant for him? If you're with a guy that has got a child with another woman, he never supports that child, he never spends time with that child, never sends money, all he does is say that baby mama is crazy, when you're still gonna fall pregnant for the same nigga, do you really think the special syndrome? You're not special, honey. If he can do that to his first baby mama, he would do it to you. Be selective on who you have a child with. Anyway, I love you. Stay blessed. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Yeah. Bye.